Um, that
Doggy
is
coin.
the good old doggy coin. That thing's been flying to the moon lately. I know we had the previous video where we said it was never going to reach $1. Do we need to take that back now? Is that something that we need to?
I'll stand by. I'll stand by it not hitting $1. I think the interesting thing about this coin is that it's accessible to people. So, and right now it's available on a lot of different apps, including Robinhood, which is, uh, I think people are saying that's probably the largest Dogecoin wallet at this point. There's like a list of top wallets, but yeah, it seems like a really good entry level way to get people into crypto. But with everyone chanting like, "Oh, Dogecoin's got to get to $1," all the people who've been holding Doge, I will imagine, will put some heavy sell pressure in the 90 cent to $1 range. So if it ever hits, maybe it does. I'll still be on the side of it might get close, but I don't think it'll get to $1.
Danny, are you saying this because you're a little salty that you sold Dogecoin a while back in 2017 for hot sauce?
See, that was only 9,000 Doge, okay, that I spent on hot sauce in 2017. Um, and then I sold like almost 200,000 Doge for other cryptos, including Litecoin and Ethereum, back in 2017, because I picked it up in 2014 and I was like, oh, wow, it's gone up like 10x since 2014 or however much it was, 10, 15x. And I'm like, I'm getting a great deal. I should diversify into other coins. But yeah, my issue was that I sold every last Dogecoin of mine just because, I mean, if you actually look at it technically, it's at least at the time didn't really have much utility. And I guess I just underestimated the meme.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true. I will also say that I don't think it's going to hit $1, and if it does hit $1, I don't think it'll maintain $1, just because of the economics of how the coin works. But recently, the hype behind it is insane. So I will say that I don't think it will hit $1, but I do think it is within the realm of possibilities. But with 5.25 billion Doge being minted each year, I don't see how that it sustains its price even now, let alone $1. I guess only time will tell, but that's kind of my thought on it. You have to pour in so much money every minute just to maintain the current level. It's just not sustainable long term.
Yeah, one comment on that. We'll try to keep it brief, but JRNY Crypto, on the topic of Dogecoin, kind of briefly talked about market cap, and I guess that there's less of a correlation of, because I have the same mentality of that there's so many printed every year that X number of dollars have to flow in to keep the price, but there's a small disconnect in what the current price is and the market cap total. So if the market cap of a coin is like 40 billion, it doesn't mean that $40 billion have actually flown in or yeah, flowed into the coin. It just means that the current, buys and sells are putting one coin valued at that much. But if there's ever any like mass liquidation, it'll quickly drop. So it's not that however many billion need to flow in or out to keep the price at a certain point, but more that that's just what current coins are selling at, and it you shouldn't expect to be able to liquidate completely at that point.
So you're saying there's a chance.
So that because of that slight disconnect, yes, there is a chance, and that's yeah. I recommend watching that JRNY crypto video from a day or two ago. He covered Dogecoin and kind of talked about that a little, and actually built up the case as to why he thinks it actually will hit $1 after if it's able to pump about two more times this bull run.
So before the end of the year. I mean, given that Elon Musk tweets about it just about every day, and
then there was that Slim Jim like advertisement that it involved Dogecoin. Yeah, like the more popular it gets, and the more frenzied everyone is about buying it, the more attention it's just going to snowball that attention cycle and get more and more people to buy. It's interesting.
Do you think, it was created as a joke, but do you think it's going to become the mainstream currency, right? 'cause that would be the ironic part of it, right? If Dogecoin became the true cryptocurrency, and then where would Bitcoin be? Can you have one without the other?
I go back and forth with that. I think the inflation part of it for an actual currency is actually a good thing. The
Motivates people
problem,
to spend.
yeah, it gets people to spend, and you kind of, the problem is if people want to hold this as an investment and they want it to get to $1, you can't use that as a currency, because then like Danny was saying, you buy hot sauce with Dogecoin 2 years ago, and now that hot sauce is valued at $900 of Dogecoin that you spent. Why would you ever spend your money like that? Like, if $1 was going to be $900 in 2 years, I would never spend it. So cryptocurrency as a whole has that issue, and Doge, I think, has the ability to solve that, but you need to look at it realistically rather than an investment. And I think a lot of people getting into it are really hoping to 3 times, 4 times their money, versus use it as a true currency.
Well, I think my sister, she put $50, and during the highest peak of this current bump, had made out 5,000.
Right, exactly. Why would you ever spend that? So in terms of, is it going to be used as a currency right now? No. But in the future, if the hype around it comes down, maybe. Like so many of the things were so early, only time will tell for some of this stuff. But as it currently sits with Doge, I don't think anybody's spending it. Nobody wants to, and nobody accepts it. So
Mark Cuban, I believe, said that.
Yeah, so if you want to see a Dallas Mavericks game with your Dogecoin.
But see, that ties into how popular the coin has become and the way companies are using that as an instrument to market. Because Dogecoin is such a hot topic of the news right now, it's a no-brainer for a company to do some sort of Dogecoin stunt just for the press. So I don't know when the tipping point of actual utility will come, but since it's become so popular, I think there's been a resurgence in development work for Dogecoin, as well as other use cases for it. But yeah, to give a brief update on current Dogecoin price and those 9,000 Doge I spent in 2017 for hot sauce, that's now worth $2,700. So, and I don't even remember what the hot sauce tasted like. I think it was good. But it's Pex Peppers hot sauce. It turns out it's a Pueblo, Colorado company where I bought it from. They've been big in the crypto space for a very long time, and have been accepting and still accept cryptocurrency for their hot sauces. So
it's cool. That's actually cool.
If you want to make a purchase decision you'll regret in 3 or 4 years' time, I recommend their hot sauce.
That is some genius marketing, especially from way back then. Most companies, especially from a little company like that. I don't know how big it is now, but
yeah, I think it's a small business.
Yeah, that is crazy to think that they were taking the Dogecoin cryptocurrency way back when, and they're we should do they have like a page or something that we can link to them or anything like that?
Yeah. If you look up Pex Peppers, I think that's the name. You should be able to find it, but we could link it in the description.
I don't know if we have the right to do it, but I thought that was a cool. Maybe we can't, because I don't know if the company even wants us to link their stuff on there.
I'm sure they wouldn't mind the free marketing.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, the lesson I learned from Dogecoin is not to completely sell out of any position. I guess no matter how illogical it seems to keep a coin like Dogecoin, you never know what sort of resurgence something might have.
I left 60 cents in my Coinbase back in, like, I don't know when, right before the winter. I kind of pulled all my money, left, I don't know, 60 cents. And right now it's worth $150. Those 60 cents are worth $150.
What was it?
Have it in?
I had it, so at first I had it in Ethereum, And then I kind of, as Ethereum started going up and, you know, it went up to like $50 or whatever, I switched it to Luna, Stellar Luna, switched some of that in there. And then that kind of spiked up a little bit. And then also Coinbase gave, I think, $30 worth of just coins from different products and stuff. And so over the time, like that small, like even Ethereum right now is worth $25 in there. So that's the majority of that 60-cent portfolio. Yeah, the other part is Stellar Luna, and can't remember the other big one. Toros, maybe. Peso, can't remember.
Wait, what was the last one?
Is it? I can check. Why are we doing this? We have
The Stellar Lumens XLM.
Yeah.
Yeah, Luna is a different crypto. Terra is Luna.
Luna. Yeah, I have XLM, XTC, ETH, EOS. That's all.
That's in Coinbase?
Yeah, those are on Coinbase. Yeah. Anybody can see. Yeah, it's down a little bit, but
A little dip.
yeah. Yeah, but here it is. Yeah, let's go ahead and 87 cents is what I started with, and then it just yeah, just thought it was and I haven't added to that position since, so it's just something I have there. See how high we can get it to. How high can we get 87 cents? But recently, there's been I mean, I guess just last night there was a 20 to 30% drop in cryptocurrency all around. I know Alex texted us a little bit about that. He said he thought that he saw winter coming, so he decided to.
Yes, I had the Chicken Little mentality. Well, part of it was that I had I had been watching the market mostly all day because I was using the KuCoin trading bots, and so I was, addicted to logging in and looking at, my 3 cents that I had made in the last 2 minutes. And the market was doing pretty steady all day, and it was down, but more or less, within a range. And then suddenly last night it just started tanking. Like Bitcoin hit, I think, 52,000.
Yeah,
It's
52.
it was down 20%. Most of the other coins were down 15 to 20%. And so I had a little moment of panic of, I am holding all of these shit coins that I'm going to be stuck with like I was in 2017. And so I sold off all of my small cap coins. Which,
and then me and Danny bought them.
Yeah, so. And then you and Danny bought them. And I actually don't regret my decision. I've been thinking about trying to do that. I wish I would have got better prices for them, but I made profits on every single one that I sold. So I'd rather take my profits and get out than have to worry about holding these stupid things for the next 3 years, and the potential for them to never recover, because I have coins from 2017 that have literally never recovered from the crash. And I'm not sure that all of the ones that I'm currently holding will ever have a resurgence again. So kind of getting out of some of my smaller cap positions and cashing out, and I might move them back into some bigger, possibly even VGX or Ethereum.
Yeah, I think I got a little lucky with yesterday's correction, because I think it was Friday night. I sold some Litecoin at, it's around 317, 320 on my Voyager account. So when the dip actually occurred last night, Saturday night, I actually had quite a bit of funds that I was looking to redistribute anyway. So I think that partially influenced my decision to go on a little bit of a shopping spree and pick up some of those coins, VGX, Stormex. I think those are the only two. I might have picked up a little bit of Uni token, I think, as well. But since I had those funds that I was looking to redistribute anyway, I made my decision pretty easily. easy to for me. But yeah, I think to talk about like holding coins for a long time, I think that's a big reason why I'm targeting coins that generate yield and why I'm not necessarily worried about the next correction, because for my investment timeline, I'm not worried about cashing out this run. And I'm looking to just use those coins that generate yield to slowly accumulate more over the next bull market or the next bear market and come out ahead on the next bull run.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something everybody should be doing, at least as part of their portfolio. Maybe not everybody, but anybody that, you know, is kind of worried about a bear market coming or the next winter coming, to start adding some of these yield creating tokens or coins. That's what I've been buying mostly. I did buy some StormX yesterday because I had already deposited some funds in there and forgot what. Oh, it's because I was going to transfer them to KuCoin, and so it was just sitting there, and then I ended up just Venmoing Alex instead. So it was $50. $80 were already just in there.
Yeah, and I think corrections like this highlight the importance of coming up with a plan beforehand. Ideally, even before you even start putting money into different coins, is thinking about what your goals are with that coin and setting up maybe price points that you want to sell at beforehand, and really kind of take the emotions out of it, especially when things are dipping like that.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I don't regret anything that I did yesterday. I took profits on everything, and I don't. The coins that I'm selling are coins that will never recover in a true market crash. Like in 3 years with the next bull run, we will not see these coins back at their current levels. That's just how I feel with so many coins on the market. It's hard to gauge which one of these losers is going to be the diamond in the rough. And so with, you know, like Hydra and some of the other ones where I don't even know what I'm doing with them or what they do in the real world.
I feel like you're personally attacking me right now. I went and
No,
bought Hydra yesterday.
Hydra has its utility with its 180% interest, but without that, I don't know what it does. So with some of these positions, I've been thinking about trying to get out for the past couple of weeks, anyways, because I just don't. I'm trying to consolidate into some of the bigger coins or the coins that have true utility, like VGX or even Crow for Crypto.com. So this, it was probably too much of an emotional trade, and I probably should have thought it through at the beginning. But you know, I took profits, so I'm not gonna sit here and say that it was the wrong decision. I probably could have bought some things on the dip though, which would have been a good idea. I did keep all my recurring buys for the bigger cap things. And I didn't sell any of my big cap stuff. It was just kind of trying to consolidate some of my lower coins that I had bet on that had paid off earlier, without taking huge losses. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I saw ADA go down 20% or so. Is that something you guys are going to be picking up in the next couple of weeks?
I still buy $10 a day of ADA, but to give Alex some credit, he's ahead of me on especially those weird small cap coin trades, because I mean, I thought I had a plan for Hydra, but it didn't go as planned, and then I did kind of panic sell about a third of it in the 20 range, and I've picked up most of my Hydra in the $24 range. So it's, yeah, even having a plan, it's not going to go perfect.
So you're saying that me picking it up at 18 is a better deal than when you picked it up at?
I picked up a third of what I had at 18, and then 2/3 of what I had at about 23, 24. And then I sold a third of it somewhere in the low 20s. I don't remember exactly how much, but I'm pretty sure I lost money besides the staking profit. So yeah, it's difficult, but I see those opportunities as a way to learn how I could better implement a strategy, but there's no way to get the emotions completely out of it.
Yeah. It's all about learning and refining it, right? it's just, I mean, just as a sort of a general rule I've tried to follow is, if something goes, up 100% or 2x, I typically try to get out my initial investment, unless it's, like Ethereum or Bitcoin. But the smaller stuff, I like to get out my initial investment, so I'm playing with essentially risk-free money that I didn't have before, and can just see where it goes from there. And that makes it a lot easier to not have the emotional decisions. I still did last night, but
You're still locked in profits.
And that's it. Exactly. If I would have sold all these at a loss, I'd be pissed. But I took my gains, and I'm going to put them into something else, and hopefully that pays off.
Yeah. PGX also came down crashing, so there's another.
I saw it at like $3.60, I think. I picked up some at that point, and then when I checked up on it again, it was already back to like about $4. So I made a secondary purchase at that point. But yeah, these dips happen so fast that
I know it was over within an hour. Like, it was starting to consolidate after an hour, and I was like, shit, did I pull the trigger too soon? But no, I think to Danny's point, it is definitely a good idea to go into some of these with at least half of a plan, and set your limits and have an idea of where you want to get out. Because I typically am not the person who panic sells at the first sign of trouble. It was just, I think yesterday was a unique day for me, just looking at the market so much. Typically, I look once or twice, but yesterday being on so much, it was a little bit scary seeing it tank so quickly, and I had flashbacks to 2018. So.
Yeah. Another thing that I think that Danny brought up was, for these smaller cap coins and crypto, to only put about 2% of your portfolio in there. And I think that also helps you manage, because what are you going to lose? You're always going to be losing at max 100% of what you invested. So, but the gains, I think, definitely outweigh the risk. If you put in a couple $100, or in my sister's case, puts in $50, and now it's at $5,000 for Dogecoin. Like, is that the risk was $50, and now she didn't sell at the peak. She says she's gonna wait for the next pump to happen and then looking to sell.
Yeah, if I was her, I would definitely set up a few price points. Maybe somewhere in the 40s, somewhere in the 50s, somewhere in the 60s, and just start selling 10% of it at a time. You'll limit your upside, but you won't feel like a bag holder when
it goes back down to
20
cents, or where is it at now? Not sure.
It's at the low 30s right now.
Oh, okay.
And I've done that even with some of the bigger coins. Like, I said that I was going to sell Ethereum at 2,000. And so I sold a little bit of my position in Bitcoin, and I don't remember what the price point was. I mean, it's just so easy to sit here and, now looking back and seeing some of the price movements, like with Doge and stuff. But hindsight's 2020 with a lot of this stuff. We make all the decisions we do at the given time for a reason. So I really try not to play the looking back game, and I should have bought Bitcoin in 2011. Well, everybody should have bought Bitcoin in 2011, but that wasn't just realistic at the time. So I think trying to manage your expectations like that and not beat yourself up for not picking up the right thing. It's, what is the best thing for me right now?
Yeah, I agree with that, because you see a lot of people, even with general investing, it's like, oh, wow, yeah, I should have bought this 2 years ago. But I think it's important to, if you have that thought, tie that into actionable items you could do now to try to catch the next thing that will do that well.
Exactly.
And instead of just beating yourself up over it. But not gonna lie, I've
oh yeah,
this over the last week, I've lots of times multiplied my old $250,000 or 250,000 Dogecoin holdings by the current price, and I'm like, wow. Oh, I missed out on $70,000. Oh, I missed out on $90,000, and it's hard not to look back at those. But again, if you have those thoughts, I think it's important to tie it into actionable items that you can do now to try to prevent that from happening in the future.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think everybody's going to have those thoughts. I think the important thing is just not to dwell on them, or get the fear, the FOMO, and just YOLO everything back into it.
Yeah.
Be reasonable with your plays, but no, I think it's a good take.
Yeah. All right, guys. I think we're gonna wrap it up for today. Thank you guys for joining. It looks like we're missing two, and we're gonna be dwindling down to like just myself. What's going on with the other two? They didn't wake up early enough. Too much partying. But hopefully we'll have everybody next week. But yeah,
we probably wore them out with our KuCoin talk yesterday. So.
Sure.
That's true. We were pretty degenerate about that. Yeah.
You were pretty degenerate. Danny and I were already in.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys next week. You guys enjoy your whole week, and yeah. If anybody has any questions, leave them in the comments below. If anybody has any suggestions, do the same. Do you guys have any final thoughts?
Nope. I think we're good.
All right. See you guys later. Have a good one.
Later.